This is a question for Warren. In your 1969 letter to partners, you said, in any company where the founder and chief driving force behind the enterprise is still active, it's still very difficult to evaluate second men. The only real way to see how someone is going to do when running a company is to let them run it. This wise statement now applies to Berkshire. Once the second men are running Berkshire, what would you advise owners of Berkshire to watch for? Specifically, what actions, if taken, should give us concern?
Well, I think I would have some comfort in the fact that 99% of my net worth is in that company. So I probably got a stronger interest in it. And perhaps $100 billion or more of philanthropy will be affected by it. But I would say that I don't have a second choice. I mean, it is that tough to find, but I've also seen Greg in action, and I feel 100% comfortable. And like I say, I don't know. Something happened to Greg. I would tell the directors, they have a problem, and they won't. I don't have anybody to name, and if they put somebody in, Berkshire on automatic pilot can work extremely well for a long time. I mean, it isn't like the businesses go away or any of the thing sort. And you can't. It's hard to judge successor management in a really good business, because if they don't show up at the office, it'll keep working for a long time, and maybe that lack of useful input may show itself in 5 years. I mean, it may go a long, long, long time. And how are the shareholders, advised by a bunch of people that are concerned about whether you're meeting earnings projections or something, telling them whether the management's any good? It is very, very hard. It's very hard. I've been on the board of 20 companies. It's very hard if you ask me to rank the management of each one, it's very difficult to do, because some are just better businesses than others. Some would be better off not managed hardly at all. Others really need help, but they got a lousy business. And Tom Murphy told me a long, long, long time ago, he said the secret of business is to buy a good business. And it's okay to inherit one too. And Greg is inheriting a good business, and I think he'll make it better. But I don't think it's easy to put any one of the next 10 nominees in and try and judge 3 years later whether they've done a good job or not. It's going to be that'll be a very interesting job for the board. But it shouldn't listen to Wall Street on it. They've got the job. If they put somebody in, there's a surprise. We both go down on a plane, they put somebody in. They've got a real job in assessing that person, because it'll depend on how good he or she is as a talker. It'll depend on, them courting Wall Street to be supportive of them, all kinds of things. And we've got some very good people on the board, but they would be challenged in that position, as would I, where I've been in that position in other companies where a very great leader has left, and on the way back from the funeral, nobody knows what to do exactly.